Boulder rolls again. Many years ago, before the railway was built, there was a huge boulder standing on top of a high mountain, but when they built a new quarry on the land below, it rolled right off the mountains and chased Rusty, Rheneas and Skarloey down the line. Worst of all, it damaged the sheds at the quarry and caused a massive explosion and set the quarry on fire. When they moved the boulder back into the high hills, Rusty was sure that it can still gaze up on the mountains on a clear night and remain standing proud and silent. Every now and again Rusty comes to check on the boulder. "I hope it never rolls off that hill again," he said to himself. "That was so terrifying that time when it did," and went back to work. The engines were working at the quarry. "You're not worried about that boulder again, are you?" Fearless Freddy asked Rusty. "Yes, I am," said Rusty. "You have no idea how scary it was when it chased us." Bill and Ben thought Rusty was being a scaredy engine and enjoyed teasing him about it. "It wasn't funny," Mavis said crossly. "Someone almost got hurt when it was running loose," reminded Broco. But the twins didn't care. They thought it was a good joke. Late that night it was raining very heavily and Rusty couldn't sleep. He was worried about the boulder. "What if it gets blown off that mountain?" he thought to himself. The next morning Bill and Ben came to look at the boulder. "It's still there," said Bill. "It looks very proud up there," said Ben. "Let's whistle loudly to try and bring it down." Just then Rheneas and Skarloey arrived. "Don't even think about messing around here," Rheneas said crossly. "It's not safe to go near that boulder," explained Skarloey, and then they puffed away. But the twins took no notice of what Rheneas and Skarloey said and whistled loudly up into the mountain. Nothing happened, and then Bill and Ben puffed back to the quarry. But the whistles were so loud that they made the hillside shake, and as soon as the twins were out of sight, when some rocks that were supporting the boulder slid off the mountain, and worse was to follow. "It's rolling along their line!" Rusty was coming down the line when he saw the boulder rolling down the track. "Bust my buffers!" he gasped. "It's loose again!" and hurried off after it as fast as he could. Sir Handel and Peter Sam were bringing some trucks to the quarry when suddenly they saw Boulder. "Oh no!" said Sir Handel. "It's that boulder!" said Peter Sam, and they drove back as fast as they could. Luckily they moved into a siding. Rusty saw Peter Sam and Sir Handel. "Did you see the boulder?" asked Rusty. "Yes," said Peter Sam. "It went that way," said Sir Handel, and Rusty hurried off after it. At the quarry the engines were unaware about the boulder. Then Bill and Ben saw the boulder rolling along the line. "Oh no!" said the twins. They whistled to warn Mavis. Mavis saw the boulder running straight towards her. Fortunately it missed her and rolled out of the quarry. "That was close," said Mavis. Rheneas and Skarloey were relieved that the boulder didn't get Mavis, but were surprised to see it on the loose again. "You have been messing around near there, haven't you?" they said to Bill and Ben. Boulder was out along the line, and then Duncan saw it coming. "Bouncing buffers!" he gasped. "It's loose again!" His driver drove him back as fast as he could. "Rather a smash than a squash," sighed his driver. Rusty arrived. "Which way did the boulder go?" asked Rusty. "It was heading out on the main line towards the docks," replied Duncan. "Oh no," said Rusty. "I'll never catch it now." "We'll have to go and phone the dock manager and warn them at the next station," said Rusty's driver. At the docks, Harvey and Cranky were busy loading trucks. Then they heard Boulder. "Oh no, it's heading straight for me!" cried Harvey. At last the boulder stopped, but it hit a large flagpole. It came down with a crash, just missing Harvey. That's done it, said the Buck Ranger. The Fat Controller won't like that. He didn't. When he heard about Bill and Ben messing around that mountain, he spoke severely to them. The twins realised that the boulder rolling down the line and frightening other engines wasn't a joke at all, and were very sorry. But how would the helicopter carry the boulder back into the mountains and placed it out of harm's way away from the line? Rusty was relieved that nobody got hurt, and was pleased that the boulder wasn't anywhere near the line anymore. "We're so sorry we teased you," said Bill and Ben to Rusty. "We had no idea how dangerous it was. We'll never ever do that again." "Good," said Rusty. "And you were so brave to warn us about it," said Boko to Rusty. Rusty was pleased, and felt like a real hero too.